All right. Welcome, everybody. Looks like audio check, video check. Looks like we are live.
Hey, everybody.
We are dual streaming on both YouTube and my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/Tony_Moy.
Nice. Hey, Tony, I'm just to warn you ahead of time, I don't have a monitor for the chat. So
I will take care of the chat. I got them both in front of me. I'll make sure that
Awesome.
I am on. You just worry your pretty little head about making amazing art. We'll put that part of the responsibility on this duo to you this time.
Okay. I think I might be able to handle it. So tonight we are doing unfinished business.
Yeah.
It's all those like weird, I mean, you and I have, I know I have probably 30 to 40 pieces that are lying around, if not more, that are tucked away in I literally have a flat file folder that just says unfinished art. And it's just full of stuff that's like halfway done like this, like what you see in front of you. I actually have a bunch of pieces that we started on this particular channel that I just never got around to
Same
polishing
here.
off.
And we also do some streams for some other groups as well that sometimes we don't get a chance to finish. I noticed that some of these like recently, about a week ago or two, we did a stream with Comic-Con Africa, a bunch of other artists, and we didn't get a chance to finish those because the stream was only an hour.
That's
Normally it's about 2 hours.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna leave it up to the viewing audience.
Oh, the ones that are early on chat, the ones that make it here on time.
Yep.
That have been waiting
on time. The ones that were here on time, but we weren't. We were adjusting. I feel like that's a good way to put it.
We were taking out the difficulties out of the technical so that we wouldn't have them later on. Mm-hmm.
So what would you guys like me to paint first?
Why don't you give us a quick walkthrough of all the pieces? I know you kind of just did that, but like actually call them out.
Yeah, I'll tell you about it.
And then I will do the same.
Rancor with Boba Fett. I've got a Poison Ivy Harley Quinn. I've got a Ahsoka Tano. I have a Fennec Shan. I've got a Spider-Man in the Rain. I've got a Lady Loki, or what's her face? Sylvie. And I've got a dragon destroying a tower.
Dragon destroy.
Of those there, what are everybody's favorites of those right there?
Yeah, out of the ones that Dan Govar has kind of put out there, you both on. I have one vote for Harley Quinn on Twitch from Artsy Designs.
All right.
Dan worked on the tower. I have another vote for the tower tarot card piece from Matea.
Okay.
Jason says
I might be able to do two. So because they're all pretty far along.
Jason Harris says Spider-Man. So we got those three so far.
Oh my gosh. So far, I don't know. It's all up in the air.
All right. So we got those three. You're gonna have to finish those three on stream.
I hate you a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm surprised that Boba Fett didn't get a vote.
Yeah.
Boba on the Rancor.
Yeah. By the way, that orange to yellow to green gradient by his foot is just simply beautiful.
Oh, thanks, man. That was one of those wet on wet.
Yeah, no. Cross your fingers, wet on wet. Let it blend and see and hope it works out, and it did.
Yeah. Yep.
Stinky
Hopefully
Cat is doing good. Yes.
All right. So one of these three. I'm going to go with probably Spider-Man because it's further along, and I can then get to one of the other two.
All right.
Spider-Man doesn't need much more, and then I feel like I can polish him off. So I'm gonna set aside the dragon, set aside Harley Quinn, and now Tony, you got to pick yours.
All right. I gotta pick some of mine. We have chrysanthemum. Yes, I know it's not chrysanthemum, but this was also done in the same stream that Dan has the unfinished Rancor for. This one's kind of there, kind of not.
Also, I'm hearing the music from our intro still playing.
Oh, you are.
I mean, I'm kind of dancing to it, so it's cool, but
totally.
There we go.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, I do not hear the dancing music, so that must have just gone directly to stream. I saw the Spidey in January. I thought you were going to finish him.
Yeah, long story. There's this thing called work that happened.
Yeah, there's been some. Well, both of us.
Yeah.
I've
I've been hip deep in Star Wars and good things, but really, really, really hectic. Kind of trying to finish off all of the Star Wars stuff.
I have Spidey was Artsy Design's second choice. She's on Twitch, so have this kind of Captain America.
Oh. Cap.
Yeah, there's this piece that I have that's sitting. It was, I forget who penciled it. I am watercoloring over someone else's pencil, which isn't always a.
So
I don't always
I've
do.
done that.
But this is their actual pencils
with
with
a
the lines
few
on the side.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's not.
What I do with those is I transfer it to my paper.
Yeah. No, they actually took my paper. They came by at C2E2.
Huh.
To ask me what paper, told me to give them some, and then they had them draw it at C2E2. I just haven't gotten a chance to yet.
I have sketch covers I could also do that are on my just not enough time.
I have this dark side, kind of quick, but dark side. I have this Batman.
Nice.
That's literally in like the initial stages of just like whatever. And I have this golem. that's coming along.
Huh. Your golem is golem. Every time.
Golem.
Every time.
Golem,
this is what
right?
happens when you have a Star Wars, when you have a
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings nut. It's like everything is. Oh yeah, it's got to be Lord of the Rings.
No, golem. That's what I say. It's Golem and Gollum, right? Gollum is Lord of the Rings, and Golem is an elemental.
I think they're technically pronounced the same way.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, well, I'm doing an elemental, an earth golem.
Cool. Gollum.
Gollum. And then I know Jason here is probably gonna pick this. Here's a Spidey that's almost done. I had it so far, and I just like it's literally at the final stages of things. But then there's that. So those are the pieces that you have to choose from me. So what do you guys want me to work on? We have an Earth Elemental. I won't say Golem because it confuses Dan.
It really does.
Batman, Spider-Man, Darkseid, Wonder Woman, Captain America, and this flower.
Hey, what's up?
I have Wonder Woman, then the Spidey. Wonder Woman, Batman, and Spidey. First, second, and third choice.
Ooh.
Any others? Spidey or Chrysanthemum?
Batman says Batman.
Batman says Batman.
Yeah. But yeah, I have a co-pilot tonight, which is
Oh, you want to show your
the most
co-pilot?
adorable. The most adorable. All right, come on up. Oh, I know you're getting chalky. I know you're getting so big. I know.
And then the flower goes, why now?
I know.
All right.
I know.
So
I'm gonna show them. I'm gonna show you them. Here,
all right, I got two
my
people for
co-pilot.
saying the Spidey and Chrysanthemum.
Hey, Batman. Batman.
We'll follow it up by one of them because I might be
Batman.
able to.
Look up. Hey. So, okay. Batman doesn't like this. Not one bit.
Aw. Dan is dog sitting.
I'm dog sitting Grandma's dog this evening. So, and
All right, looks like we're both gonna do Spider-Man. Hello.
hey, sorry.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
It sounded like you like.
No, I did a rookie thing and hit the back button on my browser.
Oh.
I was like, hey, where did Tony go? We're really professionals, everybody.
Super professional.
Yep.
Matea says paint the dog.
He is not the hero we want, but but he's the hero we need.
Feeling accomplished after finishing one will convince you to move on.
All
right.
It really is the case, too.
All right. How's your week been, Mr. Govar?
I'm not gonna lie, kind of stressful actually. I've had in a all the good kind of stress though.
Except for today, you had car problems?
Yeah, well, that's just life in a nutshell. My check engine light came on in my SUV when I was going to pick up my son.
Oh,
it happens. So I got to take that in tomorrow.
Gotcha.
Nothing too drastic though.
I spent my morning today at the DMV.
Oh, so we've all had car crap.
Car related. I totally. So my license expires this Monday, and I leave out of the country for Abu Dhabi on Tuesday, and I was like, I should. Totally neglected it. I did not realize it, and I was like, "Oh, I need to do this." And I couldn't just mail in for a new one because I'm like, it's not going to get here in time. I'll just feel more comfortable if I actually have something in my hand.
Yeah, it's going to be tough getting into the country without.
Yeah, I mean, I have a passport, but still.
Yeah. Actually, I think that's okay. Don't they require two when you do out of country stuff now?
Maybe. I do not recall. It's been a while since I've done some out of country stuff.
I want to say that somebody, maybe it was just the airport I was at, but I think it was at Baltimore that someone was saying that.
Well, I mean, I normally want to hold on to multiple forms of ID.
Yeah.
And then I have to like all these little things that I have to get a PCR test before I leave and make sure I get the results back in time.
Yeah.
All that fun stuff. So.
Yeah, I don't know if I would actually call it fun stuff.
We have Emmy Creations and Nova Primax. Emmy Creations, how's it going? All your social media is awesome, by the way. I am so impressed, and it is inspiring. He is killing it.
Is this
on her YouTube channel? Her YouTube and her little posts, and her TikToks.
The Insta.
That too. but also
That's
TikToks. She's killing it. I know something that you're like, what?
oh, I rolled my eyes, but you can't see it.
And we have David Peterson. David Peterson is on our Twitch channel.
Hey, how's it going, David? I miss your face.
Tony, did you ever finish the witch character you painted for your birthday like 2 years ago with the 2 foxes? Did I do a witch character with 2 foxes?
I have honestly no idea.
I don't remember. Maybe that might be somewhere else. That might be in a different pile.
Yeah, I started to say. Why aren't you working on that?
Why am I working on it?
This is the unfinished business episode, bro.
Yeah, my birthday will be this Monday.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
So you're like 30 now, huh?
I'm like 5 years from retiring. I'm like 60. I just age very well.
Nice. Well, you do have that's one of those, like, one of those things that, most Asians tend to have that really nice, like, aging quality.
Yeah, and then one day, raisin. Happy early birthday. Thank you, Emmy. Less Cool Nader Tot says, going to put you on YouTube at the same time. Hopefully this will crash both streams.
There's always one.
Yes. Oh, and Matea, your I'll send out the tracking number, but your tiger is headed out I think this morning. So Matea bought one of my tigers that we did for the Chinese New Year stream.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I put mine up in my store kind of late, but I finally put it up.
I also repriced all my artwork for Unite for Arab Emirate. It's not dinars. It's
I started to say, what is the currency? I don't even know.
Dirhams. That's what it is. Arab Emirate dirhams.
This is literally, it's having you really rethink, like, everything, huh?
Yeah. Oh, David Peterson is raiding with a party of 35 on Twitch. We got 35 viewers. Say hi.
Hey.
Say hi to our new 35 viewers on Twitch, Dan.
Bonjour, comment ça va?
Right. Welcome, everybody. We are doing a dual stream.
Bonsoir, I should say.
Bonsoir with Dan Govar and I, Tony Moore. We're both watercolorists, and we have a YouTube channel that we're also streaming on right now called Paint Bros.
I feel like I need to get a tattoo.
Yeah.
For this part right here on my hand, that's just
that says this
splatters of paint. Splatters of paint all over, and just like that way, I never have to clean it.
But you get like get it to be like watercolor tattoos,
right?
Yeah, you know that the tattoos that look like exactly.
Yeah.
David Peterson.
I designed a bunch for other people, but that one needs to happen. Yeah.
I'll design yours, and you can design mine. How about
that? Okay. Each put one.
David Peterson is asking on why is Tony using his sexy scratch voice? I thought that's what you wanted. Thought that's what you wanted, David. We also have a bonsoir et bonne nuit. Bonsoir, Genora. Comment ça va? Nathan Phillips says hello. Hello, Nathan.
Hello.
I just want to get more depth in these clouds.
Yeah, I got to do all the blue on Spidey's costume, and then quickly the background buildings. This one's pretty close.
Are you gonna?
I can't believe no one chose the Rancor. I'm legitimately like,
dude. I mean, I want to see you finish it because those gradients are beautiful.
I'm like legit floored that no one chose the Rancor. Like I really could not read the room right.
There are no Star Wars fans here.
Clearly.
How was your stream, David Peterson? David Peterson, I think, was streaming just before us.
Yeah. This is the part where everything goes silent when we're really focusing on what we're drawing.
Ça va bien, ça va bien.
Be very, very quiet.
We're hunting Spider-Man. We're drawing Spider-Man.
Spiders. We're drawing spiders.
There are. Just wanted to see other drawings. I love the Book of Boba Fett. Do you see the cosplay of Boba Fett cosplaying as a Book of Mormon character and pitching the Book of Mormon, the Book of Boba Fett instead of Book of Mormon?
No.
He was at some.
That sounds great.
He was actually at some show. I can't remember what show it was recently, but there's video of him going around passing out pamphlets for the Book of Boba Fett. Nice. It was pretty awesome.
See, that's the kind of creativity I can get behind.
Matea was actually thinking of you and your mental well-being because she thought that you've been doing too much Star Wars and thought that you needed a break.
Well, that's very kind.
See?
And it's probably...
We have some very courteous and conscientious fans that are looking out for our own well-being.
Honestly, it's been a lot of fun, though. It's kind of like it's very, very... I don't know. It's really cool to get like a list of, things to draw, and you're just like, little kid Dan would be freaking out right now. Like,
mm-hmm. Nice.
Even more so when it gets actually approved by Lucasfilm.
Rancor is my second choice, says Jason.
Nice. Well played, sir. Hey, Jason, how's school been? Jason teaches, not he's not in school.
I was like, I didn't think he was in school, but well, okay, maybe you know more about him than I do. What's the next Disney Plus series coming out? Now that Book of Boba is over.
Well, the Ahsoka Tano series is in the works, but I think it's actually going to be Mandalorian season 2.
Is it? Or Moon Knight? Oh, Moon Knight. Moon Knight's coming up.
Oh, I'm not thinking Marvel stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I just said Disney Plus because
it might be Obi-Wan. Isn't it the Obi-Wan series?
Oh no! I thought Obi-Wan was coming out on May the 4th.
Oh well, that's
what. For some reason, I thought it was coming out on like May the 4th.
Branding.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's in social media presence.
Yeah, somebody really went to bat for that. No, seriously, we gotta do it on May the 4th. I'm telling you.
Can I make my life as a marketer easier?
Yeah. I feel like that would have been a fun meeting to be in.
There are a lot of interesting meetings where I would love to be a fly on that wall.
Fly on the wall, yeah. There are others where I wish I was in the room just so I could be like, Why? Why would you do that?
There's that too. There's that too.
Yeah. And just be like, everything you're doing is wrong.
Oh, it's not
Cowboy Bebop. What?
Jason Harris is taking a sick day tomorrow, and he says it's May 25th. I am wrong. Disney marketing failed. They're not pushing it live on May 4th.
They probably tried, and they were like, we can't get it done in time. Hayden Christensen, he put on weight.
Oh.
I'm just kidding, by the way. I have no idea about that, even though he's been at every single convention that we've been at over the last God knows how long.
All these celebrities that walk within the same buildings as we do, but I know.
Rarely. Well, unless they literally walk by your table, which some of them do, legit.
I mean, I've had it once or twice, but it's been a while.
My favorite was, I don't think you were at that show. It was at Motor City one year. It was one of the few that you weren't at.
No, I haven't done Motor City. I've never done a Motor City.
So the kids from It.
Oh, wow.
Literally, like, we were teaching them how to draw. They came over to the table and, like, sat there and drew with us with, like, a ridiculous crowd.
From It?
That was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Oh.
And their parents. Oh, Batman. That's a terrible smell you just created. Seriously. I'm calling OSHA. These working conditions are not.
So, when does outside of like streaming, I know we do some like streaming things, and then we at the end of the stream we're like back to the stuff, back to the work that we're doing,
the grind.
Like sometimes we do like we'll stream and we'll do art. Outside of that, what are some reasons that something might just go into the art pile, the art purgatory?
Oh, the bin. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it comes down to it's usually timing stuff. I put stuff in moratorium. Actually, there's a bunch of reasons. I have a piece where a commissioner didn't pay for the final payment. And I was basically done with it, but he wanted a few more changes and whatnot, and I was like, all right, no problem, I can take care of those, and then took care of those, and now that's sitting in purgatory. That's what I literally have on the title. It says unfinished / purgatory. Because it's things just go there to sit for however long. I have two pieces that I can't find any sort of content. The email that I was emailing has gone dead. So I can't seem to get in touch with the people whose commission it is.
Yeah, that's happened to me.
So that one's, it's happened twice, and I'm like, who does that? Like, wouldn't you like email me your new email or something? Like, I mean, I have no way to reach these people. And I thought about like making a plea to the interwebs, just have a thread with like swipe, and it's all the pieces that are just like, you want to claim these? Like, if this is yours, get in touch with me, and I'll make sure it's yours, and make it reach its home. Other things that have been weird. Most of the time it's timing. It really just comes down to I have too many things on my plate, and I'm kind of jockeying things around. And we do a lot of these things where we start off pieces and then we have work, and that's the majority of them. Yeah. Work trumps your fun. Like, this is not for anything.
Right.
It is unclaimed, so to speak.
I've had a few where I it'll be at a convention, and someone came up. They got a commission, and then the commission, um, they're like, "Oh, I'm not going to be here on this day. If you can mail it to me or whatever else." I'm like, "Sure." So I put it aside at a show
Yep.
because I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I don't have to finish this at the show. I'll finish the ones that people are going to come pick up.
Right.
And then after that, I get back and I'm like, wait, who?
Who is this?
Yeah, they left me an email, but the email was written wrong or something, or a little messy, and I didn't. Like, now I make sure I get at least a phone number, and usually phone numbers are fine. But I did have one. I remember this one. It was who was that wrestler that Jack Black? Nacho Libre. I have an old Nacho Libre. And I'm like, okay.
That was a piece you did?
Yeah, I did a Nacho Libre.
Oh my gosh.
Someone wanted a commission of Nacho Libre. And they paid for it.
Didn't happen.
Yeah, they paid for it.
Yeah.
So, if anyone wants me to finish a Nacho Libre.
New York seems to be the one where I have most of the weird stuff happen, where it's like people will pay for a piece at the show, and then they'll be like, "Yeah, I'll pick it up on the last day." And
funny enough, this was for New York. Like,
yeah, I'm sure it was. Like, it happens from that show. It's weird. And then, like, literally, they vanished. I've never seen them again. That's it. Like, that first day that they commissioned the piece was the last day that I saw them. So yeah, I have a number of those. And for those that are curious, I have a 1 year sort of rule where, you know, if something like that happens, it's paid for and everything, I will hold on to it for a year. After that point, I put it in a for sale bin.
Right.
It's like, at that point, you can get in touch with me. I'll refund you, or we will.
Or I'll do another one or something like that.
I don't know. I'm usually hesitant about that if the first one went that bad.
I mean, if they paid.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they paid, yeah, but still. It's weird.
I have a question for you, Dan from Twitch. When is the next convention Daniel will be at? That is a good question.
That is a good question. Is MegaCon the next one?
In May?
It might be.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to think of what's in April. Is there anything in April?
Not for you, I don't think. For me, I'll be at Planet Comic Con.
See, that one's on my list, and it's open still. Like, I put it on my list, but I haven't actually pulled the trigger on actually getting a table or anything yet.
They're all out of tables. They're only booths.
I can probably make it happen.
I was just talking to a guy, so if you can make it happen, you're a bigger shot than I am, which, you know, probably true.
I'm not. My art might my art might be better than that.
Do you collect their addresses or emails now to prevent that?
Yes.
Yes.
We both do at this point. Like,
now there's like, please text me and then I'll text you back, or please email me and I'll do it right away at the show to make sure that that they've actually emailed me or set it up correctly.
Yeah, most of my like bad pieces where this sort of thing has happened before are older. I mean, I don't have too many new pieces where. I have one where the commissioner hasn't, paid his final payment, and I have two pieces that are literally in a packaged envelope ready to mail, and it's been going on 6 months now. So it's one of those. I'm gonna give him the year.
And we have a shout out from Jill Chath Art, Tony Daniel.
Hey.
Not to be confused with Tony Daniel. That is another.
That guy's a hack. Said no one ever.
Yeah, Tony Daniel was I know him from Spawn, right? But I know he did other stuff, but he did Spawn for a while.
He's done lots of
I knew him. Did he?
Yeah, Batman, I think, was his. That's his big claim to fame. Speaking of Batman, Everything you're doing is wrong. Yep.
I wouldn't hold my breath. I spaced them apart. Yeah, I know. You have lots of exclamation marks in between the word Tony and the word Dang. Cynthia Lynn says, "Hi, friends." Hi, Cynthia.
Hey.
How are all of you?
I'm a peach. Finn has been working. Oh, I probably shouldn't say. Finn's been working on something. Finn's been working on something for you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's pretty funny. Comes home and he says, "Daddy, I got to get to work." I'm like, "Really? What do you do for work, man?" It's like, is that soccer? Like, what is work?
And are you
And he
getting
goes,
paid?
No. I'm working on Tony's thing. And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Oh.
And he's like, yeah. I gotta go. He's like, "Don't bug me right now. I'm working." Like, didn't bug you, man. I don't know what you're talking about right now.
Stop micromanaging me, Dad. God.
I know. He's like, "Get off my back."
Tony, are you going to
Do this
MegaCon
on
this
Sunday.
year? Yes. I want to go to MegaCon. And this is where Dan said he would poke his connection to see if I can get a table as well. So I haven't actually bought my table.
It's been I've reached out already.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
But my next shows are if you're going to be in Abu Dhabi next weekend. Abu Dhabi Dhabi Doo. I'll be there. I'll be trying to post some a variety of. I'll do some shorts for our YouTube, but I'll be posting a lot of the updates on Instagram. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, you'll see me at the Middle East Film and Comic Con in Abu Dhabi. After that, I have some smaller shows. There's a bunch of shows in the Midwest called, like, I guess, MightyCon or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're smaller 2-day shows. 1 to 2 day shows, I should say. And they actually have one in New Orleans coming up. But they asked me they asked me to be a guest at it, so I'm gonna poke that, and I was gonna drop your name if you wanted.
Yeah.
It's a 2-day show on the weekend, so coming up in the next 2 months.
As Rick and Morty would say, "Son of a bitch, I'm in."
So I gotta talk to the guy. They just contacted me, and Denver, I think, is one that I'm definitely gonna go to. I applied as guest to a whole bunch this year, which I normally don't do. So that's gonna determine. And I'm sure it's gonna be last minute to reach out. Also got put into contact with someone for Toronto Comic Con. Toronto Fan Expo or something like that. Maybe that's
yep. Isn't that one coming up?
That's August. That's right before Dragon Con.
Dragon Con.
How many do you go to a year?
10 to, for me, it's 10 to 15. I used to go to 15. That was my cutoff point. Now I'm at 8 to 10, and I may or may not cut things back. I haven't decided yet.
I am around 12 to 15. But this year,
Tony's a madman.
Yeah, I've done close to 20. I think in 2019, or just over 20, or just under 20, or something like that.
That I could not do.
this year is going to be a very international year because I'm obviously Abu Dhabi next week. We're talking, Dan and I, the Paint Bros, are heading to, cross your fingers, Johannesburg
Yeah,
for Comic Con Africa. So that'll be really cool. And I
that's
might
gonna
also
be.
be heading to London.
You're gonna do MCM?
I think so.
Yeah.
I haven't solidified whether it'll be so. My May would potentially be crazy. So MCM in London has two shows, one in the
Right.
late spring and one in October, end of October.
Yeah.
Um, the one in the spring would make my convention schedule potentially Awesome Con in Washington D.C., fly over to London, and then fly back for MegaCon, like three in a
Yep. That
row.
makes. That's nuts.
That's it.
Nuts.
You're right. The one in
That's crazy.
October, if I go to that one, uh,
Yeah.
that one would conflict with Baltimore Comic Con, so that means I wouldn't go to Baltimore.
Yeah. I'm gonna not do that.
Yeah, are you not going to go to Baltimore?
Yeah. I choose life.
Oh, you're not going to do my
Yeah.
transatlantic three conventions in a row.
No. I no. Yeah. I
uh,
gotta. It's like at what point for me, I sanity takes over. Yeah, that's too much. That's too much. Too much. Too much. So what do you guys think? Of course, the thing I'm painting is right over the lower third.
yeah. uh, Yo-Yo's Element says, "I'll see you at Denver, Tony." Thank you, Yo-Yo. Uh,
Oh,
Emmy
Denver
says maybe
is.
one day. Daniel, nice ceiling fan, by the way. I think I might have the
Oh, you
same
like that,
one.
right?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
might have the same one.
I'm trying to figure out
And at the
where.
same speed, it seems.
It's funny because you guys can see it. I can't. It's out like the reflection angle is weird, so I don't
Yeah.
see that. Except when I look in the camera, and then I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, huh, sailing fan. Look at that. It's helping for me work faster. Pro tip. Also, a pro tip: don't turn it on high.
Any plans on coming to Virginia this year for both of you? Is there a convention in Virginia?
There
I've never.
is VA Comic Con. Brett is the guy who puts it on, and I used to do that con. It was
Oh,
actually a
really?
really fun con, and then well, I moved. Um,
Oh, yeah, yeah. Because
yeah,
you used to live in Baltimore, so it's
is that from Ron?
no, 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 no. That is from Artsy Designs.
Huh. Um, I don't know who that is, but
Yeah.
uh, yeah, it's a again, it's a good show. I just it's one of those. I try and pick my conventions based around the general area and have I done a show there this year.
Hmm.
So I tend to do 8 in different parts of the U.S. So I hit most of the U.S.
Right.
and Virginia is too close to the D.C. convention. And this year I don't know if I'm doing D.C. I think I might do um, Baltimore instead.
Oh, so you're gonna do Baltimore?
Well, I haven't done Baltimore in a couple of
Yeah.
years. It was my former hometown,
Yeah.
and I just miss it. Like it really comes down to that.
Last year's Baltimore was tough.
Last
Was
year was just
a bit tough.
sucktastic for a lot of shows, so
Yeah.
I don't really think about that, to be honest.
Oh, I know. I was just letting you know.
I feel like last year needs a pass.
Yeah. I hear you.
It a lot of people really suffered last year, so I don't doubt that it was bad. Um, there were shows that we did well, but people were like, "Dude, this is the worst show I've done."
Yeah.
Um, Like I remember a lot of people complaining about Seattle, and I was like, Seattle was amazing.
Well, that was because that's you hadn't done a show out there. So one of the reasons I was thinking, because my Seattle was good, but it wasn't as good as your Seattle. But I also saw a
Well,
lot of people there that 3 months ago I had just seen
right,
because I
right,
did Portland, and so there are a bunch of people that
right.
did after thinking about it all, and I was like, huh, like I did
But
fine.
you also got some commissions and stuff from people that did that Portland show, and they were commissioning you for the Seattle show, right?
Uh, I mean, there was a little
I'm thinking about
overlap.
Rob
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
particular.
He did, but there were other people that came by that were just saying like, "Oh, I wanted to say hi because I saw you at Portland," but they didn't really do
Yeah.
anything. And it's sort of afterwards,
All right, gotcha.
on the Twitch chat, uh, they're trying to figure out what the chaos would be like to have an Emmy and Paint Bros stream.
To have a what?
You remember Emmy? We roomed with
Uh,
her in Denver.
oh yeah,
Um,
yeah, 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 yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's
Is she on
Emmy.
right now?
Yeah, she's on the Twitch. Emmy Creations.
See, I can't see any of this.
Hmm.
Hi, miss you.
Jill Chaff is getting a new PC in a couple days. Nothing like getting a gaming rig to do digital art. When was the last time you did a digital art piece, Dan?
Um, 3 days ago.
Oh yeah.
Most of my digital stuff I can't show.
Is it
So
tweaking? Is it tweaking a
no,
traditional piece or an actual digital art piece?
no actual digital art.
Oh
I do a
wow.
lot of digital stuff that's prelims. Like
Ah,
if
got
I
it.
have something that's needed fast,
Hmm.
digital prelims are way easier to deal with than yeah. It really just depends upon timing. If it's something that I got to do quick, yeah, I'll digital prelim it. If it's something that I have the time to do a traditional
Mm.
prelim, I will every
Hmm.
time, just
Hmm.
because I feel like they get approved more often.
Yeah, a traditional
um,
one. 'Cause
yeah.
they're like, oh, you worked hard on this one.
No, I think it has more punch. You know, it's
Mm.
like people look at it and they're just like, yeah, that's the look I'm going for. I like that.
Nice.
Um, and I feel like the digital stuff is too clean. So even if I put all sorts of texture and stuff like that in there, it just doesn't have the same. And I even use a lot of watercolor brushes, but it just there's
Oh
something
yeah,
missing.
watercolor brushes just don't.
I mean, it's close. It just doesn't
Yeah,
quite have it though.
yeah, yeah. People always say that. As like, oh, are you worried about like watercolor digital stuff? I'm like, it's not the same.
I use watercolor digital stuff. It just doesn't
Yeah,
really.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I've messed
And
around
I
with it
even
too.
anytime a new brush set comes out that's like a digital brush set that's supposed to mimic any sort of traditional media, I'm always downloading them immediately. Um, some are better than others. There are some that are really good now. Um, like just in the last, I would say
Hmm.
um, 2 or 3 months, even there have been some that are just like, dude, that's impressive. Um, things where it will actually bleed,
Yeah. Well,
like while you're painting.
that's only when you
Um,
can have the canvas
and
be malleable.
So different things do different things. Sometimes it's the canvas.
Oh.
Sometimes it's well. The reason I say this is you. There's actually a brush that will pick up. It'll actually lift.
Oh,
I'm like,
nice.
I'm like, what? I've never seen this. This one's different. Yeah, it was actually like a lifting brush. I had to do it a few times before I was like, is it doing what I think it's doing? I think it's doing it, but I don't know. It's weird. And I was like, is it adding white? But it wasn't adding white. It was literally removing. It had like an eraser sort of treatment to it. And I was like, okay, someone spent some time on this one. Like that's
Oh.
crazy. and it had like all
Was this
sorts
on
of
Photoshop or something
randomization.
else? Some other.
I was using it in Photoshop, but I mean, I think it was a brush set that would work in uh, Procreate or any of the others that are at Clip Studio, stuff like that.
Nice.
I don't really care for Clip Studio, even though people like swear by it. It's kind of not my bag. I'm still a Photoshop guy at heart.
I just don't want to pay it.
What, for Photoshop?
Yeah.
What do you use, like to like tweak your images and whatnot?
I use.
Like, this is dumbfounding to me that
No,
you
no,
don't
no.
use Photoshop for that.
I use
You use
Affinity.
GIMP?
Affinity Photo. So for
Really?
Affinity, you just buy it. It's like $30 to $50 depending on whether you get it on sale, and it's just like, and it's pretty solid. There's a few things that I miss from Photoshop. There's like one or two things.
Uh-huh. Like,
But
huh.
Liquify. It doesn't have Liquify.
Oh, I don't ever use that tool at
Yeah.
all.
But every once in a while, Liquify comes in handy. I'm like, oh, I can just like tweak this little corner, or this scan came out wrong, um, and the smart resizing. Photoshop does a really good job with, like, if I just need to add like a quarter of an inch to the height or the length or the width, but not like stretch it
Yeah.
out. Yeah, Jill Chath says, yeah, I'd use Photoshop, but I'm not giving them any more of my money.
I have the Creative Suite. I use it pretty regularly, and it doesn't. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's yes, it costs, but it's a write-off.
Well,
And I love
yeah.
write-offs.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, it's one of those things where you reach a certain point of income where you actually it's like you can spend the money or you can just give it to the government.
Right.
And that I'm at that weird crux where it's like I try and find write-offs. Like anything, like I actually don't, because the only stuff that you and I really technically need are supplies.
Yeah,
And
I know.
even if you buy all the supplies that you would ever use in a year plus, it's still not that much of a write-off. The trips are really good write-offs.
Yes.
Like, this is turning into that business episode that we talk about doing.
Yeah.
Like, it's really turning into that because I really want to talk about it at some point. Like, all those turn into like write-offs, but the one that like is like a pure write-off that you can literally write off the entire amount is
It's
software.
Photoshop. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you have something like that, yeah, that's a good one to have. And Creative Suite is infinitely useful. I mean, you get all the animation tools, and I don't know. I'm an Adobe nut. I like most of the stuff that they make.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just pissed off that they abandoned Flash instead of pushing it.
I was, when it came
I
to
was angry
Flash
about that.
and ActionScript, like I was
Yep.
during that period
I
of
was-
time. I was a god
I
with
was really
ActionScript. I will not.
Same
I
here.
will not cut corners there.
Yeah, same here. I was like all
Yeah.
into, I was like using all these XML files to drive like all of my like entire animations, and
Oh, yeah.
I miss it. I'm ticked more that
They gave into
Adobe just bowed out.
Yeah,
Like,
they
were like,
gave
"Yeah, it's a
they gave
fight
into
we're not
Apple.
gonna win."
Apple's like, we're not going to use this. I'm like, okay.
Oh, totally. The day that they were like, yeah, it's done, I went out and bought that, like, the Flash from DC was like lying there dead, and then beside him is an apple. It's my favorite shirt whenever I get pissed off about media.
There's so many people out there right now that don't know this conversation that we're having.
I know. I realize we're like alienating the younger audience.
This is a different. Even the people who know Flash, like, this is a different level of like
Yeah.
understanding of what was happening.
So Tony and I used to be developers, like pretty heavily. So it was one of those that was our Yeah.
Yeah, that was our bread and butter. We gave up.
We come from a different world. Yeah.
Uh, I would program for fun, mind you. Uh, uh, Sort of
Hey.
biological.
Sorry.
What would I would just create like organisms, digital organisms, and like have them blobs or like birds, and have and apply different pressures to an environment and watch and have it go through thousands of generations and see what happens. It was stupid. It was horribly stupid.
Give me 2 seconds. I got to get something for the dog
Yeah.
to munch on other than a power cable.
Jason here says grading test, listening, and then I got lost. Don't worry. You're probably not the only one. When they were charging me by $10 and said, "Oh, sorry, we'll fix that straight away," and the next bill was $211. Nope, done. Yeah, that was the thing too. Like when I was considering Adobe Photoshop, Adobe, like I wanted like a certain set, and they didn't. At least at the time, they were forcing you to get like no, if you want that one, that application, you have to get it in this package, and the package had a lot of stuff that I did not want or need, and I'm like, I'm not paying $100 a month.
They let you a la carte everything now.
Not nowadays. When I went back and looked at it, it is, and that's probably better. But at the time when I was making that decision, I was like, why?
I used to teach people like other things that are out there too, like GIMP and all the various other.
Oh yeah.
Like there's a bunch of them that are really like GIMP is really good.
It is. It is.
Like of all of the ones that I've kind of played with that are, I'm going to call them Photoshop clones. That one's the one that I probably I think is the most effective in terms of it literally having pretty much. They do a good job of trying to basically emulate all the tools.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Those Linux developers, like, holy shit.
I know.
Not really. I used to work for and with Activision. But at the time, I was like, F off, and I just never really looked back. I still have Photoshop on my PC, I just don't use it.
Yeah.
Cynthia says, we had 1 unit of Flash in my web design class, and then never again.
Yeah. I won a Flash Forward award.
Oh, you did? I won I did a game, and that one, like, I forget what award it won, but it won some awards.
Yeah. I did a
Flash.
Actually I won 2 Flash Forward. One was for animation, the other one was for it wasn't a game, but it was a experience. I guess that's what they wanted to call it.
Yeah.
Now it's obsolete.
Yeah, no, it's obsolete. And everyone's like, what? Who?
Yeah.
Don't worry
about it. Yeah, cool story, bro. Needs more dragons.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I found $20 in my pocket, and I was happy.
Yeah.
With my story. Have to have Liquify. I use CSP Clip Studio. Yes, Clip Studio Art just added Liquify, and I was really happy about it. So that made
funny.
me happy.
That's the one tool that I consider kind of a crutch.
Yeah.
Just because I see it abused.
Yeah. It can easily be abused. I use it. It's just one of those like random things where I'm just like, I just need to shift this like.
Yeah. You use
like,
it as
the
a
corner,
fix, which is
what
it was. Well, yeah. Which is how it was intended.
Yeah.
But the majority of people tend to use it as a like, hey, this draws for me.
Yeah. No.
It's like, yeah, not really, but okay.
Out of like every 10 prints that I've made in the past several years, like maybe one or two of them would have something where I like liquefied something because because you know this watercolor is just on a different watercolor paper is just on a different aspect ratio than everything else.
Oh yeah.
And so when you make prints, when I make prints,
Well, it's all foreign.
there's yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
just
mean,
need to
like
like tweak
everything
things.
is, yeah, all the sizes are, it's not in inches, it's in centimeters, and
Yeah,
it's, it doesn't
A
translate purely.
A3 and A4, all that
So
fun stuff.
I love it when I get a commission from somebody that is overseas and they're
Yeah,
they're asking me for those sizes, and I'm
yeah.
like,
I don't know.
I got to do math. Like,
I got to look this up on
yeah,
Google
I
again.
gotta go to my like handy. What size is this? So my Spidey is close.
I am close to. I just have to finish these little spider webs on
Oh, you're a little further than me then. I've actually forgot about the stupid spider webs.
it.
The Ditko hate. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate artists. That's why I made these.
Tell us what you really feel.
Hmm. I thought I was pretty clear.
Cynthia says GIMP is good, but the interface is not intuitive.
That's true.
Yeah.
It is not
It
a user friendly experience. Although I think the latest version is actually pretty good. I think that they improved. That was one of the improvements that was
oh
made
yeah.
in the latest version. I could be wrong.
Any application really in Linux was just has a
Oh, cobbled together. Yeah.
has an interface that's made by developers, not designers.
Yep.
So kind of SOL.
That's true. Okay. Batman is licking my toes right now, and it's freaking me out a little bit.
Batman is his dog. For those of you who have hopped on late and were wondering,
What? And it's not my dog. It's Grandma's dog.
it's the dog he's house sitting.
Yeah.
So, but if it makes it more amusing to think that Batman is actually licking Dan's toes, by all means, we are here to entertain.
Sounds about right. I mean, he a freak.
Uh, I'm There you go. Right.
don't know what I'm doing with that up there. You
With
ever
what?
like create like a weird shape out of negative space, and you're like, "Wow, I don't even know what I was doing there."
Well, that's one of the challenges when we pull something out of the pile. We'll be like, I
Yeah,
meant to do something with this area, but I don't know what.
right. That's definitely like I have a few of those where
This blob
I'm
was
like,
supposed to be something.
I don't know where my head was when I was making this.
Or sometimes we have a lot of overlapping shapes, and it's like, okay, it's the general rule is light, dark, light, dark, light, dark, right? And you have
Right.
like let's say like here with Spider-Man, like his foot is behind this arm, and then you see a peak of it in between the arms, and then you have look. And if you forget, sometimes you put the wrong color on the wrong thing, and you're like, oh wait, that's not how it was supposed to be.
Yep.
Matea says, "Wow, Dan, this Spider-Man came out so good." Dan
Oh,
is
thank
really
you.
good at making any character you want in the rain. In fact, whenever you get a commission from Dan, whatever you want, just say "in the rain." That's it.
Except for Batman. Anything but Batman.
I want Aquaman underwater in the rain. Done.
Yeah. Actually, Aquaman. Wait, what? How does that even work? So I'm at grandma's right now, and she's got all of these. She's got a lot of my art up. It's very humbling. Um,
Aww, she
I know
loves you.
it's pretty awesome. So I'm gonna take this guy off and show you guys some of the stuff she has up. Oop.
Underwater in oil rain. Do an oil slick.
So she's got this one that I painted of my son and her
Aww.
petting a giant griffin. That was one of the. That was a Christmas gift. She's the one that kind of takes him to do all the crazy stuff.
So my oh, that's awesome.
Let's see if I can. That's Cat Leia. That was one of our holiday prints. She has a lot of our holiday prints. Um, that's our big girl. And then that was the holiday print where I did the Christmas gnome.
I remember the Christmas gnome.
He's in the distance. I don't know if you can see it because of the glare, but there's a city in the
Mm-hmm.
distance that he's hauling all the with the Yule goat with all the presents and everything. That was a fun one. I think that one's actually my favorite of all the ones that I've done. This one's pretty close, but this one's a little hurts every time I see it. That was my old dog Sandor, and that was supposed to be me on the back.
Aww.
And I don't know if you can see it again, but there's like a little city in the distance with Christmas lights and everything. So yeah, there's a bunch more, but she. Oh wait, I think I got a dragon one over here too. She's redoing some flooring right now, so things are in disarray. I'm sparing you guys the disaster. Yep, there it is.
That's awesome.
And this is the one that had. Let's see here. So that's Finn's mom and Finn. And there's me and that was Sandor and Kat, our Great Dane and Boxer and I'm, it's like a Sherpa.
You're doing all the hard work.
Of course.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they're riding a dragon, a snow dragon. What do you think, huh, Batman? Cool story, bro. Shouldn't you be painting?
Needs more treats.
Yep, sounds about right. Oh, my that top piece is starting to blotch. Got to fade that out a little bit.
My my dad in the past, my dad retired about, I don't know, 8 years ago now. And he's picked
Yeah.
up art again. He's done some lots of oil paints and everything else, and they're pretty solid. They're pretty good. They're very impressive.
No, I've seen them. They're
Yeah, you've
very
seen
good.
them. And
Yeah.
so, one of the things he does, obviously, he's just doing it for pure enjoyment and to kind of um, do something in his retirement that he enjoys. He gives away a decent number to like family members. He'll do like portraits of his
Huh.
his nieces or just a variety of family members. If they ask him for it, he'll do it.
Yeah.
And it's funny because when you I bring this up to the story because you were like, oh, grandma, frames up a bunch
Yeah.
of. There's a couple pieces, a couple family members where they have a holiday party, and my dad goes to the holiday party or whatever else, and we're all having fun. He's like, "Oh, where do you put the piece I gave you, the piece of artwork?"
Oh.
And what I was like, "Oh, I don't know. Ask the wife or whatever." And he like finds it in the back of he finds out it's in the back of a closet or hidden away on top of a bookshelf somewhere. And he's like, "Oh, well, you're never gonna get another piece."
Yep.
And it's just like, come on.
Yeah. That's a dick move. Yep. Yep. I most of mine. I have family that tends to like hang them up.
That's
It's
awesome.
rare that. Yeah. The my holiday prints in particular are kind of collectible at this point. One of my friends,
Yeah.
and he is a friend, but sold one of my holiday prints recently, and I saw it on eBay.
Oh.
It went for, I think it went for like 130, and they're I only make 50 of them, and I give every single one of them away.
Mm-hmm.
And they're always signed and numbered. It's because you know how it is. There's no way you can draw a piece for everyone you want to draw a piece for over the holiday.
Mm-hmm.
It's impossible. But you can make something that's limited to just your friends and family. And I have a huge family, so if you're one of those 50, you're one of those, like,
Right.
you're somebody I like.
And Dan likes me, so I get one, just in case anyone's worried.
This is true. This is true.
I know you've been
I'm
asked a million times, but what paper do you guys use, Canson or Fabriano?
Neither. Arches, which is technically Canson.
Yes, we both use Arches. Tony has a priceless collection. Aw. Then I literally just put prices on all of my artwork, so.
Priceless, except for everything.
Except for everything that I just put a price on.
Yeah, which is the majority.
Okay, I think I'm done with this one. I think this is done. I might do a.
I'm gonna airbrush a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll do a little airbrush, but I'll airbrush that. I'll wait for this to dry and then do a little airbrush later on.
Have you ever not cleaned your airbrush and then experienced that?
Oh yeah. Where you get a different color.
Oh no. I mean, it doesn't flow real well.
Oh yeah. It splatters.
No, it's not splattering. It like literally won't come out.
Oh.
I've also been using. Yeah.
Which one was I supposed to do next? Oh, flower. You guys wanted me to do this one. So there you go. There is.
Apologies if this is really annoying, guys.
Finished Peter Parker for the most part. Couple minutes. That's some. I might come in with some white after everything dries and just a little specular highlight. Good job, Paint Bros. Thank you, Emmy. Emmy says good job. Tell her thank you.
Merci. Thank you.
They both look spectacular. Aww. But which one looks more spectacular?
And why isn't it Tony?
Aww. I'm the cute one. What size are they? Mine is 9x12.
Yeah. I think we actually intended when we started these, that was what we did.
Yeah, I think both of these we started in December when the Spider-Man movie came out, I think.
I think you're right. Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds right. Man. The cable hit the airbrush.
What is the airbrush for? We put watercolor in the airbrush, and it allows us to
It doesn't disturb.
Yeah.
This is the way I like to explain it. It doesn't disturb the paint that you already have on there if you have a lifting color, which the red and the blue that I'm using are both lifting colors. So when you spray over it, it just lays on top. It doesn't actually, like, when you rub the brush over it, it'll actually carry the color that's underneath. So it blends together, so things would turn out more purple than, the blues that I'm trying to convey.
Yeah. So it allows you to control the tinting afterwards. Usually you have to worry about that earlier on when you're doing it with watercolor because you don't want to lift or accidentally disturb. But you can do it afterwards, and it also allows you to play around with saturation a little bit better, and obviously some nice softer gradients if you want to get some edges in there. Which one is better? Nathan Phillips says that one. He was
Nice.
And Yo-Yo says, because you ask, not yours. Thanks. Those are fighting words. Which one is better? Shaking my head. It's like asking your parents which sibling they love more. Sometimes you gotta ask that.
Even when you know. Hey. That's a cable. Don't chew on that. Even if it's unplugged.
I think he needs more treats.
He doesn't need more. Trust me. Chonky McChonkington doesn't need any more treats.
Always need more treats.
Uh-huh.
Dan, why do you like starving dogs?
Yeah.
Have you stopped starving dogs yet?
Dude.
This is a guy who feeds whole chickens to his dogs.
This is true.
Yeah. Whole fucking chicken.
Can you guys hear what he's doing? Hey. Seriously. Don't eat that.
Tony is being spicy today. Must be those extra hot Cheetos I had earlier.
So that's what it is. Does anyone online have a French bulldog? Because they make the most hilarious snorting pig noises. Like, I can't stop laughing whenever he goes into his like little snort tirade. Are you looking for truffles?
Jason Harris has a very diplomatic response. One is amazing and one is sensational.
Nice. Well played, sir. Hey, what is Tony doing in your book next? I did the for those that are curious, I did the Spider-Man for Mr. Harris. That's in my feed. That's fairly recent, I think. Yeah.
I'm probably going to do something that is better than yours.
Not Spider-Man. I'm sorry, Silver Surfer.
I'm probably going to do something that's better than yours. So.
Yeah, you can try.
Oh.
Tony and I talk smack to each other a lot.
Yeah. Generally, I lose.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Art Abstraction 83 has a French bulldog and says, "Yeah, ours snorts all the time, especially when he's pissed."
Yeah, he's like walking around just like every 5 seconds, and he'll like go into another area, and if he looks up at me, he just sits there and he snorts at me for a second and then walks away.
Jill Chat says, no French bulldog, but I used to live in a predominantly French neighborhood. Does that count? Some of the neighbors had a hilarious snorting noise. Had hilarious snorting noises too.
I think it's valid.
I think it's valid.
Yeah.
Did they sound like the chef from Little Mermaid?
I love little fishies, don't you?
Nathan Phillips agrees.
Literally the best song in an animated movie.
Nathan Phillips agrees. Raw food is the way.
It's very true.
And Tony needs to do a Silver Surfer. I've done a Silver Surfer. But I saw that one Dan did. Dan's that was pretty good.
Oh, thanks, dude.
The next will be for the book. The next will be Black Panther or Groot and Rocket.
I gotta post up. Have I posted the Galactus I did recently?
I don't recall.
I've been terrible about posting on Instagram, but I promise that right after this, I will post some stuff on Instagram that I've done recently. Like
I
five-headed dragon.
Yeah, I know you think I do. I don't stalk your Instagram.
You do. I've seen the metrics.
Oh, damn it!
It's like,
That was my private browser, damn it.
Yeah, cool story, bro.
Wait, if that browser isn't private, then oh shit.
Yeah. Tony jumps on the phone. Delete my browser history.
If I am no longer part of if I am no longer part of this world, Dan, you were in charge with deleting my browser history.
Yeah, no,
It's all for art. Just to clarify for everyone else, it was all because of art. Looking up references.
I've tasked my Elizabeth is my son. So my son loves to play on my phone whenever we're at a restaurant or something like that.
Yeah.
And he quoted he quoted me the other day whenever we had my cousin and her boyfriend that were visiting, and we were at a restaurant having dinner, and He's playing a game and everything, and he hands it to the boyfriend and says, "Here, check this out." And he goes, and he looks up at him and he goes, "Don't swipe though. I want you to stay on that image." And he's like, "Why can't I swipe?" He goes, "Because that's Daddy's phone." You can't swipe Daddy's phone.
That is a very digitally well-mannered boy you've raised there.
Yes. Well, it's an art thing. I mean,
Uh-huh.
I literally have
references
on my phone. Yeah, man, like all the time. Anytime you see something, you're just like, "Oh, that's badass. I'm gonna download that." You see something, you're like, "That is sexy. That I need on my phone." Like random stuff, and it's a lot of times it's things that you don't think about being like, "Oh, yeah, I can't show that in public." But it's the emotion that you're trying to convey, or the lighting
the
in
vibe,
the image, the color scheme. Like you don't know what it is. Yeah,
it could be a variety
like
of things.
Everything.
Sometimes it's just even a small part of the texture, part of the image, or you're like, I like this little texture in this 15% of this image. Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, but it's all like, incriminating evidence. Making up this building as I go.
That's usually how it works.
Do you do that?
Sometimes. Unless there's a very particular building.
So I put this building in the wrong spot, and it's the wrong shape. That's a bad juxtaposition. Let me just point out that every artist makes a bad mistake every once in a while where you're just like, what have I done? This is a what have I done moment.
How do I fix this?
It's like, and the funny thing is, I wasn't thinking about that at all. I was thinking I need to put something that's gonna
fill up that blank space,
intersect these lines.
Right.
I wasn't thinking the shape, and wow, it's like everybody, where's Spider-Man's crotch? I'm pretty sure I know exactly where Spider-Man's crotch is.
Yeah.
Bing.
This is a Deadpool. This is where Deadpool has a little like circle cameo.
Yep. So now I got to figure out a way to circumnavigate.
Can you put spider sense tingling on Spider-Man in this one?
Dude. Who said that?
No, that's me. I'm saying it.
No. No. I am going to fix this crotch missile thing. Go.
Crotch missile.
It's so bad.
Beep, beep.
Nice thing is it was a lifting color.
Yeah. Did you watch Peacemaker? I did. I'm on the last episode. I haven't finished it.
What is it?
Peacemaker? It's
no. Yeah, no. Hard no for me.
Hard no?
Yeah.
Not a John Cena fan, or just...
I actually am a John Cena fan, actually.
Yeah.
I just, I don't know. Just not my... I don't know.
It's definitely a cup of tea. It's definitely a cup of tea that not everyone is gonna...
Yeah. It didn't sound like a show that, like, I'm like, oh, sign me up. That sounds...
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not... Like, I like The Boys, but there's also something about The Boys that I'm not into either.
Yeah. Well, this is a little different than the boys in the terms of like it's
No, I
crossing the
know, I know.
boys with like Deadpool ish, like
Exactly,
super
exactly.
dry, sarcastic Deadpool.
It's that third wall breaking thing that also bugs me. Yeah, I don't know. Not my cup of tea though.
Clip that. I need to fix this crotch missile thing. Oh, so one of the things that people can do on Twitch, just to let you know, is that they can save and clip 30 seconds worth of video, and it becomes
Nice.
becomes a thing, becomes something that
Great.
everyone has access to. And I don't have control
Great.
over it. They do.
So I just got clipped.
Saved
My
forever
spider.
and forever and forever, says Emmy.
Yeah. Oh, and there it is.
And there it is.
Dan, how'd you go super viral? Well, let me tell you. I have only Spider-Man to thank. Hey,
I do this stream called Paint Bro.
yeah. All right, so I'm at the make all the spider web things on him, and
Little lifting here.
there we go. How are we on time, by the way? I haven't even looked at it.
We are about.
We're way over, aren't we?
We started at 6:40.
No, we didn't.
Huh? Yeah. Or seven. We started 7:40 your time. 6:40.
Oh, right.
7:40 your time. And right now, 9:50.
All right.
So, just about 90 minutes.
All right.
Was there a time goal? No. But we these streams we try to keep to under 2 hours. Somewhere between 90 minutes and 2 hours. Try to keep our paint portrait. And for those of you who are watching on Twitch, feel free to give us like and subscribe, not only on Twitch, but also on youtube.com/paintbros. You can always see some other past videos there.
I draw all these damn lines.
You can listen to.
For those
Dan
that don't
get frustrated.
know, Ditko hated artists.
This is why we should have done the Black Cat Spider-Man costume. Tony, I already follow you like a stalker. And I love it.
Who is this?
Jill Chath art.
Tony's got stalkers.
It makes me feel loved.
And it goes like this, right?
And it goes like, yes,
right.
Yeah, they all bend towards the center of his mask.
Got it.
Unless you're taking into account like foreshortening and
yeah,
like
professional illustrator here, guys.
That's the thing. If you wanted just like a rule of thumb, all those spider webs, all the little webby thingies on Spider-Man's costume, whether they're on his arm or on his foot, if they're all on the same plane, like if he's just standing there, everything bends towards the center of his face, between his eyes.
Face. So he has a big splat on his face.
Yeah. You can also commission Tony Nodders. Tony Nodders? You can commission Tony to make you a physical NFT. also known as a painting. Physical NFTs are my jam. How many people know that? How do you figure that out? About the webbing. You observe it well enough, and you go back to like the original Spider-Man Ditko, and you just yeah, it's just an observation, repetition, and then eventually you notice like, oh, this is what I can.
Except when you get to his fingers.
Well, yeah, then they're circles. Then they're just circles.
Yeah,
there's no. Nothing happens there. Oh yeah, I want a physical NFT. Contact your favorite artist for a physical NFT that you can purchase without the use of crypto.
Trying to educate my son in music.
Yeah.
He loves rock and roll.
Aww.
But like, Aerosmith.
Oh. Real rock and roll.
Yeah, he's like if they scream and he can like, throw up the rock and roll, he's all into it.
So he's into oldies.
Yes. Does it radiate from his Spidey symbol?
No, they do not radiate from his Spidey symbol. Even around his Spidey symbol, they all curve up towards his face.
All right, so the lines go up his
neck.
The
lines,
right.
lines go vertically.
Okay.
All the lines, even like the vertical lines on his body, they all eventually go towards the bridge of his nose. The less cool Nader Tot says Stephen Colbert had an auction on an AFT, the actual fucking thing.
It's kind of genius. There's got to be a seam somewhere, right? I'm sitting here making this, and I'm like, yeah, where's the seam?
I mean, with the more modern, like the Tobey Maguires in the movie translation stuff, like yes, but if you're going like classic Todd McFarlane Spider-Man, there wasn't really.
Wow, this is really mind-numbing. Like, why would someone design a costume like this if they didn't hate artists?
I think he only thought he would. Well, originally, like there weren't that many lines because he did it pretty wide. It was only after like Larson and McFarlane where they decided to like, no, Spidey's gonna have tons of these little lines.
No, I saw original version that he did. And
like Ditko that it has like 2 or 3 lines on his arm. Like it's not as crazy as it is nowadays.
Really?
Like
I thought I remember seeing it like just as nuts as it was. It's like
Steve Ditko, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot.
What this channel really is Tony and I figuring out, like, making these like weird assumptions and then doing internet searches.
Yeah, like there's only like one or two lines, vertical lines
Really?
I'm talking about, and then they're a little more spaced out and less. We draw nowadays. Like we're doing a lot more anatomy and like musculature.
Well, that much I know, but
Yeah, and so we're thinking a lot more like the contours.
yeah.
Jill Chat says, "Yeah, the lines were many more lines were added over time. Details, details, details." Says Yo Yo.
Yeah, now it's
now it's just crazy.
It's just a nightmare.
Yeah, like McFarlane went nuts, and everyone's like, "Oh shit."
Well, yeah, but he just always has to one up everybody.
Yeah,
That guy.
don't be that guy. Yeah, now it's like, go ahead, I dare you. Do some fan art. I bet you won't get it exact now. Says Jill Chaff.
I'm like apologizing for not just zoning so much
Oh
in this
no.
episode. It's all your fault.
My fault.
Because you guys chose Spider-Man.
Oh yeah.
Of all the characters. Any other character, I wouldn't have to like.
The dragon, he'd be like all talkative right now.
Yeah.
You had him do the dragon,
Seriously,
he'd just be
I'd
like,
be zoning
whatever.
on any other one, but this one is like must get all the stupid freaking lines.
Well, you're the one that decided to do him in the rain as well. So,
Yeah, that's true. I was just heading people off at the pass. Hey, that Spider-Man looked really cool. You know what'd make it even cooler?
More
By
lines.
the way,
More lines.
these are
More spiderwebs.
actual conversations that we have had at conventions.
Oh,
Hey, that Batman's so awesome. You want to know what would make it even cooler? I love that.
Yes.
When they're like, and then I'm like, do I want to say it? I'm like, yeah. What would make it even cooler?
You want to make this?
Than the way
sometimes it's not even cooler. Something you know what make this better? I'm like,
yeah, that's the one I like.
You want to make this better? You walking away?
No, it's usually like I don't know.
What
would make
what?
it better?
Please let me know. Please let me know how I failed to entertain you.
That one happens fairly often at conventions.
Where they try to convince you to paint something or to do something, like.
Well, I generally try and just grin and bear it, and just
because usually they'll.
I bite my tongue so often at a con, it's not even funny.
I want to say.
My favorite is like when someone's at the table and they're looking at the stuff and someone says something like that, and the person looks over and just be like, "Shut up."
As an artist on the other side of the table, we love that. So if you ever
Oh,
hear that,
I gave them a free print. I'm like, just do whatever you want. I don't even care. It's like
uh, like I
that's the
just kind of want to say
fascination
like,
right
well,
there.
if you should draw that, you should paint that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would really sell. You know what would sell even better? Oh yeah, you should do it, and you should sell it and make it tons of money.
Yeah. Yeah. My favorite is oh, you should make a print of that.
Yeah, yeah. Those are also the best comments on the internet. When you post a
Yes.
piece of artwork, you're like, oh, is this going to be a print?
The thing I hate so much is watching young artists like fall down that rabbit hole.
Yes.
Um, where somebody says that and then they immediately are like, "Yeah, I'll make like how many do you think?" Because I get people sending me notes
100?
all the time that are just like, "Hey, how many prints do you think I should make of blah blah blah?" And I'm like, "How many orders do you
None.
have for blah blah blah?"
Yeah.
I was like, "What you do is you put
Everyone,
an image
everyone,
up,
but
say
I,
this is the print." And I'm taking pre-orders. Do the
yeah,
pre-orders so that you know exactly how many to print, because otherwise you're just going to be sitting on however many you printed
I have,
for
I
that
have,
one dude who wanted a print.
I have 8 comments saying that they want a print, and like 17 likes on those comments.
Yeah, exactly. Those don't translate to actual sales, though, guys.
Cynthia on YouTube says, friend of mine's art style is like a pointillism, but with tiny spirals and circles. I don't know how he does it.
Yeah,
He
that's
he
a
likes
nightmare.
self pain.
Yeah, there's somebody that uh, what's her face's girlfriend? What's her name?
What's your face's girlfriend?
No, no, no. It's Nin's girlfriend. I
Oh, oh,
can't
oh,
remember
oh, oh, oh.
her
Yeah,
face though off the top of my head.
yeah,
That's the kind of stuff she does. It's like a fractal almost.
yeah.
It's very good. It's like a Japanese art style.
Hmm.
Um, but I'm just like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that makes my head hurt just looking at it.
Jason Harris says, pertaining to prints, what's wrong with buying
Yeah,
original art? I
right?
get it. Not everyone can afford the originals, and they want a piece
And
of
I
it.
agree.
I
Yeah,
get it. I thought,
and I, I
it's just that the internet makes it seem like
yeah,
everyone wants it.
exactly. It's the internet kind of like forces artists into that print mentality and
Hmm.
thinking that that's the way to go because two or three people said that they wanted a print. Um, and young artists, they take the bait, which is essentially
Yeah,
what it feels like because they go out, they make 50 prints, and then sit on 49 prints
yeah.
for the rest of their lives. Um, Speaking of which, that's a good segue into something that I'm doing. So next, while you're in Abu Dhabi,
Yes.
um, I am going to be doing a mystery box sale.
Ooh.
Uh, or I would call it more of a fire sale than anything because
You're gonna sell
literally
fire?
it's like sort of. They're going to be like 20 prints in each pack. Um, and most of them are prints that have not actually um, I made them, I carried them around for a year and then retired them.
Yeah.
That's typically, for those that don't know, that's kind of my MO. I only carry prints around to a convention for about a year. And then I do new prints for the next year. And I don't really do a lot of superhero prints anymore, but there will be 2 packs. One's going to be a fantasy pack, and the other one's going to be a superhero pack. And on top of that, there will be one original inside of each pack. Um, and I'm thinking there's probably going to be something else, but I haven't decided yet. I'm kind of toying with exactly what to put in each one to just make it irresistible. and most of it's because I have a flat file that's gotten way too full. This lack of conventions has.
How much are you gonna put them out for?
I haven't decided yet, but it's going to be like stupid cheap,
Yeah.
like to the point that it's basically giving like the prints are going to be like essentially like $2 each. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's mostly to get rid of prints that are in my flat file. I have
I
too
was.
many to the point that I either have to buy another flat file
Mm,
or um, or I have to get rid of some prints that are in there.
yeah.
And
I'm about to do the same too. I'm gonna be doing it at C2E2. I'll have a fire sale bin of prints where people just like
yeah,
I'll just sign them all or whatever else and just be like, there you go,
yeah.
$5 a
That's a
print.
good idea because that's your local
Yeah,
con.
that's my
Yeah.
local con, and I'm just gonna bring it all. Um,
See, I would do that at my local con, but my local con is not one that I even do.
you can bring it to MegaCon maybe.
MegaCon maybe. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and then after
yeah.
that, anything else that doesn't sell, I'll just put online for like you know something like yours. Like, hey, here's a pack of
Yeah.
10.
It's one of those things where I'd rather the prints find a home
Yeah,
than
and
my bin,
mhm.
which doesn't really do anyone any good.
Or just throwing it away, right?
Well, I don't. I have a thing about throwing away art, and
Yeah,
like I kind of want to do like a burn, where it's literally like I'm gonna burn this, make me an offer, and it's
yeah.
yours. But I kind of don't want to do that either. I'd almost rather just destroy stuff
Hmm.
if it doesn't sell.
Hmm.
If it's a print, I don't destroy originals,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it
yeah.
doesn't work that way. Um,
At when I go to London, there's a printer that's actually a really good printer, and if they were here local in the states, I would totally use them. They're really
oh yeah,
good. And one of the years I did London, I guess I printed too much, and
you
or I
what?
didn't. I printed too much, or I didn't sell enough, because I
Yeah.
was coming home with more weight than I can carry, and I was just like,
Oh,
I have to dump something. I can't. I was just like, okay, I'm just taking like 10 of every print and just like tossing them in the
tossing
bin.
the rest.
Just toss
Oh,
it
that's
because I could not
horrible.
carry it. This was. I
Yeah.
left like 2 or 3 days after the show. I was like,
Oh
I
man, that's
if
brutal.
if I had known, because this was
Yeah.
like within the last 6 hours of me being in London and I was packing. I was like, I would have brought it to like a comic book shop and just been like, hey, here,
Hey,
whatever you
take
want to
them.
do,
Yeah.
give them
Free
away,
advertising.
sell
Yeah.
them,
Yeah.
whatever, do something. Uh, but I couldn't
Wow.
even do that, so there was a bin with just like tons of prints in it.
Somebody was like, "Hey,
Yeah,
check this out.
yeah. What?
But it's got cheese sauce on it. It's
Yeah, I was like,
okay."
oh, I can't do anything.
That's the worst.
Yeah,
Ugh. I can't even imagine that.
yeah, and they were good
Actually, the
quality
worst
prints
is
too.
that I can imagine it.
Yeah, it sucked. Throwing your prints away is it's terrible. Yes, I know. I felt really bad. I wish there was wherever
It's
I was staying had a comic shop nearby because I would have easily done that. But I was like, I
yeah,
can't get there and make it to the airport in time.
yeah. No, it's a real struggle. There's definitely like
Yeah. Purge, please keep me in mind. I'll be in the States soon, says Nathan Phillips. Where are you now, Nathan?
he's in South Africa.
Oh, is Nathan? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. That's right. I was like, well, we'll also be in South Africa, so if you're looking for.
Yeah, I'm actually looking forward to you hitting North Carolina, dude.
Yeah, that'll be
Um,
awesome.
it's not far from where I'm at, so I might be able to head up. But you're in Colorado first, right?
Yeah, he's going to be in Colorado. Um, And
Everybody
we,
should follow Nathan, by the way, if you
yeah,
don't.
give
He's
Nathan a
a amazing
painter.
tattoo artist and
Yeah, he does some painting too.
illustrator extraordinaire. All right, I think I'm all right. Ready to do the scary part.
You're going in with ink.
It's always easier to turn it upside down, by the way, people. If you're going to be scribbling all over your piece.
Tell us why.
So you don't think about it in terms of, oh, I don't want to cover that up.
Mm.
It won't look like real rain if you're scared about hitting something.
This is why I don't do pets.
Why?
This freaking fur.
Why you don't do pens?
Pets. I don't
No.
paint animals often. All this freaking fur.
Yeah, but there are tricks to make the fur actually fun.
I know. I know they're tricks, but sometimes I get into the fur too much in like a little part of it. Then I'm like, oh, I have to continue that all the way throughout the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
Like you have to start with the trick and be consistent with the tricks, right? To do clumps of hair and everything else. But once you like get into it a little bit, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I can't just.
So my trick of doing water is think of it in terms of light, and it's kind of washing over your character.
Light? Is that what you said?
Yep.
Mm.
Treat it like a light source almost. Like
Mm-hmm.
the hot spot is your
Is the
your
edge.
sprinkle.
Yeah.
Yep.
Love it, man.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
Well, you're doing a good job on the fur part if you don't like it. Well, it's not like I know how to do it. It's just when I get into that where it's like, why did I decide to do this way?
Yeah.
Now I'm stuck with you know trying to make sure that it works out and getting all the details in there, and I'm like, um, I know the end result will be worth it, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, and then that's also why pieces like this go on to the purgatory pile.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I don't have time to do this, but I'll
So
come
true.
back to this later. I don't feel like spending 3 hours doing fur.
I don't really peter out at stuff like that. The thing that uh, when I've drawn this, so I have a ton of pieces to do coming up in the next month.
Yeah,
And by a ton, I mean like it's
ton,
like legendary how big
like a
my
metric
workload
ton.
is. Yeah, I'm part of a kick. By the way, if someone wants one of my small originals, black and white,
The
go on
Kickstarter.
to the Kickstarter for Mother of Learning. It's a hardcover fantasy novel that funded in like an hour. Um, and one of the hardcover reward tiers offers an original of mine. So far, they're up to like 53.
Oh God.
And counting. And
Have they capped it? Are they going to cap
and
it
it's
or
been
no?
active for. Well, he randomly was like, let's just do 100, and I'm like, yeah, that'll
What
never
the
happen,
fuck?
but sure, that sounds good. And sure enough, I think they're gonna hit 100. Like, I think it's actually gonna happen. Now, I
Wow.
did a bunch of these for him before, and they were like maybe, I think 25 or 26 of them.
Hmm.
There might have been 30. But this, like, I mean, it went way over that in the first hour.
Wow.
So now I'm like, oh man. Um, I
Wow.
currently do not I have a list, but I'm not taking commissions currently. Um, if anybody's asking, I just have too much on my plate right now. But I am selling pieces like this that I've done.
Congratulations on the Kickstarter, Daniel, says Yo-Yo.
Oh, thank you. I have absolutely nothing to do with it, like, except I draw the art. Um,
Jason Harris says, Nathan Phillips, those tattoos are incredible. Um, Nathan Phillips will send us a pic of what he's busy with, very inspired by our Spideys.
nice.
What's the name of the book again? Your Kickstarter? Can you give a little information on that?
Mother of Learning is the name of it. It's like, if you just look up publishing, it will be top, like, our favorite whatever, top Kickstarter. It's probably the hottest book currently up there. They're up to like 70 or 80K,
Yeah.
something like that.
Oh, Dan and I were discussing a little bit. We haven't figured out the details yet, but one of the things that we're going to do is probably have a unique Paint Bros print, probably maybe a limited edition or something like that. And also, we'll be in some of these. Dan and I are going to start a piece. We'll mail it to each other, and then we'll finish it. So there'll be a piece with both of our arts on it, and we're going to be doing that on Paint Bros. So it'll be a
There'll be
nice
a
art collab, watercolor
yeah.
collab.
We plan to do a back to back, 2 episodes back to back,
Yeah.
with those pieces. We've drawn with each other and done this sort of thing before, so it's one of those things where it's been a while and
Yeah.
we miss it. It was fun.
And also be fun because we'll be able to stream it with you guys. You guys will probably see us working on it. And like,
what were you doing here?
Yeah. Ridicule each other. Like, wait, you did that with what? That was not. Yeah. You ruined my piece. Spent all that time on it, and you ruined it.
Everything you're doing is wrong. For those who don't know, that's my favorite saying. By the way.
He tells me that a lot.
No, but I do say it to my dogs all the time, and my son, and pretty much anybody. I was helping out on a wedding, and I was explaining to one of the helpers something. I forget what it was. It was like the way to do something on an arch, and they were like zip tying something the wrong way, and I was like, "Gah! Ah!"
Everything you're
like
doing is wrong.
It happen, and I'm like, everything you're doing is wrong. And I'm trying to say it like I'm trying
with a sense of humor.
Not say it. It just like had to come out.
Did I
Dan's
hear
the one without a
Kickstarter?
filter.
Yeah. I forgot to subscribe to your YouTube channel. Well, yo, you can remember to subscribe now. Less Cool Nader Tot. Did I hear Kickstarter? Yeah. Uh, Dan is providing some artwork to a Kickstarter. A book is getting kickstarted. Novel.
It's called
Don't get confused with like comic.
Mother of Learning.
Yeah, Mother of Learning.
It's an actual novel. Yeah.
So it's a novel.
Evidently,
one
the
of the
author
tiers
yeah,
has Dan's artwork you can get.
you can get an original black and white along with the hardcover book. But it's called Mother of Learning. It's the author is evidently like obviously very popular. He has a very healthy following.
Nice. I finally framed and hung the Maleficent print last year.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was the last. That was the last collaboration.
Yeah,
we did was a Maleficent. Dan did the dragon, and I painted Maleficent. So
that was fun actually.
Yeah, that one came out really well.
I think I feel like the while I liked the Jean Grey Phoenix one.
Yeah.
I feel like we should have gone a different way with it. Like I should have done the Phoenix and you should have done Jean Grey or vice versa.
Yeah, we did two Jean Greys. It was like, oh, the red one and the green one. But yeah.
I feel like we missed an opportunity on that one.
Yeah. We can know that opportunity.
Yeah.
And then actually have a good scan of it.
Oh, shots fired.
And thank you for framing that Maleficent print, Cynthia Lynn. And I'm sure if you look up Dan Govar, Tony Moy, Maleficent, you'll find that somewhere online.
All right, I don't think I can put any more.
Oh, yeah, you will.
I can put more rain coming down in the foreground, but
raindrops are falling on my head.
That is actually not a song that popped into my head while doing it. But now I can't get it out. Thanks, Tony.
You're welcome. Little Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid for you. For those who are more classic movies. I'm going to try to make sure I finish this up before I leave and have a Star Wars.
I'm finishing this before we get off, just because I won't otherwise.
Yeah. I meant before I leave for
Abu Dhabi.
For Abu Dhabi, so I can have this for there.
All right, I think I'm. Just got to do some foreground rain and.
I can hear the scratching. Or is that?
Yeah, no.
Or is that Batman?
No, that's me.
Ryan Starr says, hello guys, those are looking great. Thank you, Ryan Starr.
Merci.
Merci, merci. Mercy bucket.
Monsieur. All right. What you think, Tony?
I mean, yours. I meant mine looks. Ah, I like it, man. I like how you fix the butt missile.
How I fixed the ass missile?
Yeah.
Or the crotch missile, or
Crotch
whatever
missile,
you want to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone here now, whenever they see this Spider-Man, though,
they will know.
They will know.
Yeah.
They won't be able to wipe that from their memory. The ass missile.
Yeah. What are you looking at? What are you not looking at, dude?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And there might be.
There's a part of me that
someone might have clipped it.
Like, there's a tiny part of me that wants to add like an orangish kind of glow here, but I don't want to.
Then you have to like add it to the weather vane.
I know. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
You already got that weird purple light coming in his crotch. So.
I know. I feel like that's the direction I went with. So, all right, let's sign this guy, and I gotta actually draw other stuff.
Yep. Oh no, I hear you. Same here. I gotta finish that elemental.
Wait, you're drawing an elemental?
I'm Gollum. Golem. I gotta finish. Almost there. Finish this. Back.
Ta-da! Finito.
Yes, we will know, says Yo-Yo. Adam Klein, 2/23/22. The date of the Spider-Man butt missile.
Yeah.
Exactly, Adam. Nathan Phillips, damn
dude,
beautiful.
got something really... Actually, I got something really good coming up for him.
What? For Spider-Man?
For Adam.
Oh, Adam Klein?
Yep. Something very, very, very big.
As big as that butt missile?
I think bigger than the butt missile, actually.
Oh.
This is probably 5 times the size of this one? 6 times the size of this one. Yeah. I told you, I have a lot of big pieces I've been working on in the background. I just haven't had time to post anything. So this was the... I'm surprised, dumbfounded, kind of, just floored that nobody wanted me to work on this one tonight. But I get it. I understand. Nobody wants a Rancor except for me.
You wish you had a pet Rancor.
I really do. Like, right after watching the episode, I looked over at Finn and I was like, what do we need? He goes, we need a Rancor, Daddy. I was like, you're right. It's like, but where would we keep it? And he goes, we could keep it in my room.
Tooth. Looks good, Tony.
I was like, you would have to clean, though.
You'd have to clean the poop.
And that's
the Rancor poop.
That's some Rancor poop is probably legendary. Like something that you just don't even want to think about.
I mean, it's a full-time job. They have the Rancor keeper.
Dude, we have Great Danes. We already have a full-time job.
Exactly.
Oh. Well, are we calling it?
Yes, we are. Alas,
everyone,
all good things must come to an end, and we will leave the stream half finished, and put this into the pile, and we'll continue. I don't know if we'll be able to stream next week. I'm going to try to set up my computer so I can remote desktop in and see if it's possible to do a stream from Abu Dhabi.
Doobie doobie doobie.
But if not, I might be able to get on through Instagram. So everyone should make sure you follow us on Instagram, Daniel Govar at Daniel Govar on Instagram. And me under Tony_Moy on Instagram. And you will see all the craziness that happens on my travels as I head to the Middle East Film and Comic Convention.
And I will narrate everything. But with an Australian accent.
Australian accent? Yeah, we have Tony.
Do you shade
out in the Middle East?
Yeah. Crikey.
Crikey there. Shove a big building up Spider-Man's cloaca.
Wow.
Cloaca. Dan should consider exclusively painting crotch missile paintings. Might be a niche market.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure someone else has cornered the market on that.
You should do a Google search on it and find out.
Yeah, not it.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for following us. Everyone on Twitch, make sure you give us a follow on youtube.com/paintbros. And everyone else that's watching us on YouTube, thank you so much for helping us grow this little channel. I think we just broke the 400 subscriber mark, so yay. Small little wins. Yay. And this is our 20th episode.
That's pretty good for 20 episodes.
Yeah. 20 episodes.
Thank you much, everybody.
Yes, thank you so much. Nova Prime, Yo-Yo, Jill Chath, Nathan, Jason Harris, Ryan Starr. All of you are rock stars. All right.
Gracias.
Take care. 3, 2, 1, we're out.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.